Hey everybody, welcome to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger, and we sure are glad to have y'all here with us today.
Yeah. Porch boards sway in a slow rhythm. Got the screen door sighing a low hum. That old wood stove is cooking something good. Smell of bacon filling up the neighborhood.
So y'all, today we're going to be making a meal today. We're going to be doing baked chicken. Now I'll show you all the seasonings and everything and how we do it. We're going to make some creamed potato blend, and it's going to have regular potatoes and sweet potatoes in it. And then we're going to make some yeast bread to go along with it. Sounds delicious to me. All right, guys, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mix up our bread dough. And before we do that, though, I want to show you this little stand mixer that we've got here. The folks over at Hauswirt sent us this mixer. It's a M5 stand mixer, and ask us to try it out. And so today we're going to be making everything that we're doing, we're going to be using this mixer to do, and we're going to see how it does. So, a few things about this I just want to tell y'all about is this thing has got little suction cups down here. And let me tell you, when you put it on a surface, it's there. You don't have to worry about it sliding itself off your countertop or anything like that. Um, it's got a built-in light up here that shines down on your bowl. It's got a digital display up here at the top. Now, I'll tell you a little bit more about it in just a second. But with it, you get a really nice little stainless steel mixing bowl. With this mixing bowl, when you put it down, you give it a twist and it locks that bowl in place. Now the attachments that you get with it, you get a dough hook, and when you put it on, you just push it up on there, give it a twist, and it's locked in place. And you also get a scraper paddle, and you get a whisk to go with it. And there's also a splash guard that you can put on there and use. So now, when you push it down, you got to push that little handle down and push it down. It locks in place. And you've got the digital display up here on top. See if I can move the camera over here where y'all can see that digital display. And with that digital display, you've got a menu. You push the menu, and the first one that comes up is for your custom. So, like if you want to set the time for 1 minute and you want to set the speed at 5, 6, whatever you want to set it at, you can do that. Then when you press the menu button again, it goes over to the dough hook. I don't know if y'all can see that showing that dough hook or not. Press it again, and it goes to the whisk. Press it again. It goes to there's a attachment that you can get to go on here that's a meat grinder. Again, and it goes to the grater. And then the last thing, it goes to a pasta maker. And so it's got preset times and speeds on all of these. So you can set it for what you wanted, or you can use the presets. Now over here on the side, this is your control knob. So when you push the time button, you just turn this and that will change the time on your setting up here. Push the speed button, you turn this, it'll change the speed, and then push it in and it starts the mixer going. A couple of other things I wanted to tell you about the Hauswirt stand mixer. Number one is that it's very budget friendly when you compare it to some of the bigger name stand mixers out there. And one of these is about half that price. The LED digital display up here on top It has a countdown timer that automatically shuts the mixer off when the time's up. It's very lightweight and it's much easier than some of these heavy cast iron stand mixers to get in and out of a cabinet. And it's got 11 speeds up here on the digital panel. So that's just another few little things that I wanted to mention and tell you about these. And also, there'll be a link in the description that you can go to. That link, click on it, and there'll also be a discount code, and you can get a discount if you purchase one of these. All right, guys. So that's about it for the Hauswirt M5 Stand Mixer. All right, y'all. So we've got our 4 cups of flour is in our bowl here. We've got our dough hook on there. All right, and now we're just going to push that down, let it lock back into place. And we're going to go to the custom setting. All right, y'all. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to mix our yeast in with our flour. I like this little splash guard because it's got a little opening there where that you can turn everything down in it. So that was our yeast. We're going to do our sugar and our salt. And again, y'all know we always put everything in the description for you so that you can follow along. And we're going to set our time and we're going to set our speed. All right. And then we're just going to push that button right there and let that dough hook do its thing. All right, guys, so we did switch from the dough hook to the paddle scraper and just to get all the dry ingredients mixed. And I think we probably got those pretty well mixed up, so we're going to stop it. We're going to pour our oil in there and our hot water. And our hot water is right around 105 degrees. All right, and then we're going to turn us back on. All right, so we've got everything kind of incorporated with the wet and the dry, and we're going to slowly add the additional flour to it. And what we're wanting to do is to have the dough not be sticky anymore. We've changed out from the paddle to our dough hook. We've set our timer for 5 minutes, and we've got the speed sitting on a 3 right now. We may have to go up on the speed, but we may not. And we're going to turn it back on and let it go for 5 minutes. All right, so we got our dough mixed up. That's what it looks like. So we got it in our glass bowl and we've got our damp tea towel and we're just going to cover it up like that and then just let it sit until it rises. Guys, I decided to do our chicken a little different from what I had originally thought about doing. We're going to put our chicken in this cast iron skillet here, and these are 2 huge chicken breasts. We're going to put mayonnaise on these chicken breasts. Then we're going to just smooth that mayonnaise out all over those chicken breasts. And trust me, guys, I know first time I ever saw it, I thought, how gross that's going to be. And basically what's going to happen, y'all know mayonnaise is just basically oil and egg. And so what this is going to do is this is going to coat that chicken. Now we're going to put a little bit of seasoning on there too. We're going to put just a little bit of salt on there. Not a lot because this mayonnaise has got some salt content to it. So we don't want to use a whole lot. And we're going to put a little bit of black pepper on there and onion powder, garlic powder, just for some added flavor. And what's going to be good is when this mayonnaise melts and it runs the garlic and all those other seasonings down on the bottom side of the pan and everything's coated. Now we're going to go with a little bit of blackened seasoning on there, not much of it. All right. And now we're going to go into a 350-degree oven. We're not going to wrap it, cover it, nothing. We're just going straight into the oven with it. So our dough has doubled in size. So now we're just going to punch it down, punch the air out of it. Kind of knead it around just a bit. All right, I believe that's about got that. And now we're just going to take it and divide it into halves and put it into our greased bread pans. So we took our dough, and because I've got one regular size pan and I've got one small one, we had to cut it back just a little bit. And now we're just going to cover it with our damp tea cloth again. So our bread has risen, and we're going to go into a 400-degree oven. We're going to bake it until it's turned golden brown. All right, guys. So after being in the oven for about 35 minutes or so, our bread has come out. It's perfect. Now, what I did when I took it out of the oven, left it in the pans, and I took my hand, got just a little bit of water on my hands, rubbed my hand across the top of each loaf, and then put that damp tea towel back over top of it for about between 10 and 15 minutes. And that makes the crust just so soft and not hard, because when it comes out of the oven, it is hard. Now, one way to tell if your bread's done, and now ours started to brown a whole lot quicker than what I wanted it to. So I did put some aluminum foil over top of it so it would not brown anymore once it got to the point where I thought I wanted it. But if it happens to you, just put you some aluminum foil over top of it, just like you would a pie crust. And but to tell if your bread is done, if you've got a meat probe thermometer, stick it down in the center of it. And if your temperature is somewhere between 205, 210, you're good to go. Get it out of the oven, get that little bit of water on top of it, put that tea towel over it, and let it sit, like I say, no more than 15 minutes. Because if you let it sit any more than 15 minutes, your bottom's going to start getting soggy. And of course, you always want to put it on a wire rack so that the air can get up underneath it. All right, guys, so let's get started making our cream potatoes. And like I told you, we're going to do a mixture. We've got regular potatoes and we got sweet potatoes. So we're just going to put them in the bowl here. And of course, we just boiled these. And then we're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to do some salt. And we're going to do some pepper. And we're going to do just a little splash of heavy cream. Probably a couple of tablespoonfuls. These potatoes are good and hot. And we're just going to let it run until it gets them all good and chopped up, mixed up. All right, y'all. So our potatoes are done. They are just creamy and fluffy. Chicken's been cooling. And as you can see, putting that mayonnaise on there gave it a beautiful brown crust on the outside. So we're going to get us a piece of chicken out and get it on a plate, get us some of those potatoes and some bread. We've got our chicken. And that chicken is so moist and juicy. When I was cutting it, the juices were just going everywhere. We've got our creamed regular potatoes and sweet potatoes. We've got our bread, and we've got some broccoli and cheese. So we're going to give this chicken, potatoes, and the bread a taste and see how it is. All right, y'all. So first thing I'm going to try is a piece of this chicken. It is just super moist and tender. So here we go. Oh, that's so good. All right, now for our cream sweet potato and white potatoes. They actually pretty much taste just like a regular potato. I'm really not getting a whole lot of the sweet potato taste, but the sweet potato does turn them orange, so they are very pretty. All right, and now the last thing and what I've been waiting on. Their piece of bread. So I'm ready to try it. Guys, that bread is so good. Now, I will say this. It's not as good as what Audrey makes from the starter that she's got that's been fermenting and everything that she has to feed every week. It's not that good. But I've got butter all over me. But for a quick bread that I was able to put together in just a matter of a few hours between the time I started on it and the time that it was done, great taste. Slap you some butter on there, toast it up a little bit. It's awesome. All right, guys. So appreciate y'all being here today and watching us make this meal. And hope you'll try this and make it for your family. Share it with your friends. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button for me if you haven't already. Channel's growing, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And so, guys, we will see you next time. Hope y'all have a great day.